Dear Billy Potato Head. I love that. That's a good one because that kind of shits on my Irish heritage and then also makes fun of the shape of my head. If you ever have kids, will you try and expose them to toys that you enjoyed as a child? You strike me as a Matchbox car kid. I don't force the toys of my childhood on my kids, but I've put a couple army men in their general area to give them a chance to play like I did. I am a huge agreeer of that, proponent of that, opponent of that, proponent. Oh, that's what proponent means. You're pro, right? I never knew what that meant. I just kind of figured that out. Opponent, proponent. Oh, pumpkin bread, pro pumpkin bread. I get it. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely will do that. My big thing is playing catch. And, I'm going to buy a lefty glove for myself is what I'm going to do. Because I can throw a little bit with my left hand, and rather than just sitting there firing it into my kid, I'm going to go with the left hand. We were doing that yesterday. We had a football, right? This place that we're renting here has this fucking great pool. So it was halftime of the Florida game, and we're out there smoking cigars and shit, and we finished that up. We got the game turned up loud. So the game there was 4 guys, right? So you had 2 on one side of the pool, 2 on the other side of the pool. So you had to throw with your opposite hand. First person that sent it into the pool, or if you had a catchable ball and it fell into the pool, was, I don't know, whatever the fuck it was that thing, that word you can't fucking say anymore because everybody gets offended. And it's not a racial slur, but it is, you know the word. Nobody said it, but we all knew. Without saying, we're older guys. Like that's what it means. So, anyways, yeah, I would definitely do that. I was not a Matchbox car kid. I was Corgi cars. We used to call them Corgi because we didn't know it was pronounced Corgi until we got older. And I'm so old that I remember when they had rubber wheels on them. And I had the giant oil truck. I was big. I had all the race cars. I had the Johnny Player Special. I had the Jackie Stewart Elf car. And my mother doesn't throw out shit, so I still have all of them. I had one of those, that kind of racing where the car just looks like a giant doorstop. It wasn't Formula One. It's not IndyCar racing. It's not open wheel. The car looks like a water slide. Like you could slide from the fin all the way down to the front. I don't know what kind. I had a white and red one of those. Lincoln Logs, Lego blocks, stuff like that. I think it's big to not have to keep your kids, I don't know. You got to get them outside. And you gotta keep them in their own. Like I don't know. I have such a hatred of computers and iPads and all of that shit. And kids just love them. I mean, they go up to it like, liquid television type of shit. Back in the day, the MTV. I remember that graphic. It used to just make me want to sit down and watch it. I don't know, Mr. Potato Head. I don't know about that. Definitely like board games. I think it'd be fun playing cards. I think it's cool to expose your kids to that, so they have like that old school shit. Like, wasn't it always the greatest? Like when, like for me, if I met some woman, I took her out on a date, and she had some old school stuff about her. You know what I mean? That stuff that was sort of passed down. I think that's really like a cool thing, and I think like some shit like playing cards, playing catch, like going outside. It's just like, riding bicycles. Just like all that shit is going away. And I'm not one of these old people that I look at young kids and be like, what are they doing today? They're fucking nuts. And these kids today, they don't get it. And it's just like, I totally get why they're doing it. Because I had to tap out Grand Theft Auto 3 in like 2003 or 2004. I had to unplug my PlayStation and stick it in the back of the closet. I literally just one day, it was like the 5th day in a row, I was just playing all day long, and I could not stop. I had already beat the game. I got the cheats. I did all of that shit. And then I was just going on rampages every night, just shooting up the city, And I just, I kind of just lost everything else in my life. I wasn't writing jokes and all that shit. So that was like 13 years ago. So I can't imagine how amazing the games are. And like the virtual reality goggles and all of that shit. I can't even fucking imagine like how you get your kid to go in the backyard and just have a game of catch. Like, to me, that's the greatest fucking thing ever. I think it's a great way to communicate with your kid. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's another activity going on. So they're not really paying attention. You can praise them when they're doing well, build up their confidence. And then you just slide in. So how's it going at school? And then you just read them. It's going great. All right, so it's going good. If you see them kind of look down, it's all right. What's the matter? What's going on? And they can kind of open up to you. I think it's like a great way to, I think it's really important early on to be able to do that. To have your kid be able to come to you if they have a fucking problem is a huge thing. But how you sit there with a glove and a ball and how that competes with putting on fucking reality glasses and you feel like you're going to fucking base jump off of a building or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know what the fuck they do with those things. Yeah, that's a difficult one. I love Lincoln Logs. I didn't like Lego blocks. You stepped on them in your bare feet, they fucking hurt. Not the Lincoln Logs did, but like that plastic shit. I wasn't into that as much as the Lincoln Logs were cool. We used to fucking build those things. We'd build houses, and then we would, with their corgi cars, whatever the fuck they're called, drive them around. We'd have traffic jams and all of that type of shit. We had names for everybody that drove the cars. Remember, I had all the fucking race cars in all my, it's weird. They drove like a Formula One car to work, and then they drove the trucks. I had trucks and racing cars. Then my other brother, who's a total fucking gearhead, he actually liked like the real looking cars, like a Volkswagen Bug or like a station wagon. Like he wanted to look like the cars that you could actually fucking drive. I know my mother didn't throw all of those out. Jesus Christ, it's fucking nuts. They're all up in the attic somewhere.